Chosen ones, listen closely. What I am about to speak to you carries urgency. It awakens something deep inside your spirit. If your eyes are on this message right now, it is not by chance. God Himself has guided you here, and something powerful is moving in your life. Something capable of shifting everything. A war is approaching, and this is not a battle like anything you've encountered before. This is the final step, the ultimate test before you step into the fullness of God's favor. You have prayed. You have waited. You have held on to hope for your breakthrough. Now, that moment has arrived. But understand this: what you are about to walk through will determine whether you enter into everything God has spoken over you. This is your moment to step into His favor in a way you never imagined. It's unfolding right now, and you must be ready. This isn't a simple change of thinking. This is a powerful spiritual and energetic shift. The things you've been longing for are on the edge of manifesting in ways that will leave you without words. But do not expect the path to be effortless. This test will stretch you. It will press your faith, your endurance, your inner strength. Yet if you overcome it, the reward will exceed anything you've dared to dream. But before we continue into this destiny-shaping message, I need you to do 3 things immediately. Hit that like button to declare you're ready to face this battle. Subscribe to join this movement. We are advancing toward 40,000 subscribers as we prepare for what is ahead. Write 99 in the comments, because that number activates the energy of this moment, signaling to the universe that you are aligned with the breakthrough about to enter your life. Pay attention. If you are truly among the chosen, you will remain until the end of this message. Deep in your spirit, you already sense that this word is meant for you. If you're not ready for what's coming, you may not reach the end. But for those who do, their lives will be transformed forever. The time has come for the final test, a battle that will stretch every part of your faith, your strength, your devotion to God. This is no ordinary test. It is the most defining one in your spiritual walk. God has been watching, aware of every struggle, and now the moment has arrived. It is a war that will determine your destiny, shape your future, and expose just how deeply you trust in Him. This war will not be fought with weapons or physical power, but with faith, endurance, and unshakable commitment. You have traveled far, through trials and tribulations, yet you continued to hold on. Now, the final challenge stands before you. But remember this war is not designed to destroy you. It is meant to mold you into the person God has always known you were capable of becoming. Picture it this way: you are standing right at the edge of victory. The victory will be sweet, and the blessings awaiting you will be greater than anything you have dreamed of. Grasp this truth clearly. This war is your final opportunity to prove you are prepared for God's divine favor. The miracles, breakthroughs, and blessings before you are within reach, but only if you rise to this test and claim them. The angels are watching. They are ready to rejoice in your victory. This is your moment to step into the greatness God predestined for you. You may begin to notice a strange yet undeniable pattern in your life, a harmony of events, thoughts, and emotions aligning in ways too precise to be simple coincidence. This is your first sign. The spiritual battle is drawing near. God is calling you to be alert, to stay watchful, to trust His plan, even when everything around you feels chaotic or uncertain. This alignment is a divine whisper, God telling you the moment is close. It's not only about preparing for the coming trials, but about opening your heart to the signs and syncing yourself with the flow of God's will. As the war approaches, the more you tune into these spiritual markers, the more ready you will be for the challenges that will test your faith. It is easy to dismiss these synchronicities as coincidence, but they are far more than that. They are spiritual breadcrumbs from a higher power, guiding you out of darkness and toward the light of God's blessing. Embrace them. Trust them. Know that God is carrying you through this moment and preparing you for victory. This war is more than a test. It is a divine chance to earn the favor of the Almighty. You have already come so far on your journey. Now, God extends an opportunity to draw nearer to Him than ever before. It is as though He is reaching out His hand, inviting you into a season overflowing with blessings and divine favor. But the real question remains: are you prepared to receive it? This is a sacred moment to show your heart is aligned, not through perfection, but through devotion. God sees your battles, your uncertainties, your fears, but He also sees your strength, your faith, your persistence. This is the moment where everything converges. The trials, the tests, your consistent faith, they all meet here. Now is the moment to claim what belongs to you. Earning God's favor isn't accidental. It is shaped by the choices you make, how you respond to distractions, temptations, and obstacles. Your reaction to these moments will determine the magnitude of the blessings God has prepared for you. The Lord is extending to you the ultimate reward, His love, His favor, a life overflowing with abundance. He is not unaware of your struggles. He has witnessed every tear, every moment of doubt, every challenge you have walked through. He knows how difficult the journey has been. And yet, despite it all, you remained faithful. This test is a recognition of your endurance. It is your moment to prove to yourself and to the divine just how deeply you trust in God. The purpose of this spiritual war is not to break you, but to purify you. Think of yourself as gold passing through fire. The heat will challenge you, but in time, you will emerge strong, refined, and aligned with God's perfect will. The barrier standing before you is meant to strip away distractions and anchor your heart to what truly matters, your relationship with God. The spiritual battle ahead will test the depth of your faith in ways you cannot yet foresee. It will stretch you to your limits, but it is in those very moments you will uncover strength you never knew you possessed. Trust that God has prepared you for this. He would never allow you to face a trial without His support. As this war begins to unfold, you will encounter spiritual distractions, forces set on pulling you off your divine path. These forces may not come disguised as enemies from afar. They may arise from those closest to you, loved ones, family, friends. They may not fully understand your journey. Their doubts, their opinions, their fears may cloud their vision. Without meaning to, they can become hurdles. These distractions will attempt to invade your heart and mind, bringing confusion and shaking your confidence. It is essential to identify them for what they truly are: strategic attacks on your spirit, tests of your commitment. These are not random events. They are spiritual attempts to plant doubt and disorder. You may feel torn between love for those around you and your loyalty to the path God set before you. But understand this: God has already given you the strength to rise above these challenges. He calls you to remain grounded, to refuse to let the voices of others silence His voice. It is your faith, your trust in Him, that will carry you through. Stand firm. Do not allow the noise of the world to pull you away from the peace of God's path. The closer you move toward the breakthrough God promised you, the stronger the pull of outside forces will become. These forces may appear as concerned loved ones acting out of care, or as societal pressure, negative energies, or toxic influences attempting to interrupt your momentum. These forces will measure your devotion to your spiritual calling amid the noise. While it is natural to value the opinions and feelings of those around you, remember that your first allegiance belongs to God alone. When you stand at the crossroads between pleasing people and obeying God's will, choose faith. God has a plan for you that far exceeds what others can comprehend. Trust His wisdom. You may feel divided at times, but understand these internal conflicts are part of the spiritual war you must face. Every time you rise above external influence, your faith grows even stronger. And as you stay connected to your spiritual assignment, you will find peace and clarity that others may not recognize or understand. And that is perfectly all right. Trust that God will lead you even when the path looks isolated or difficult. In a world filled with endless distractions, staying centered on God can feel overwhelming. But this is the very core of the battle you are fighting. Remaining true to your spiritual direction means keeping your eyes fixed on God, no matter how loud or tempting the distractions around you become. It is about protecting your vision and refusing to let life's noise blur what God has placed in your heart. It is normal to feel pulled in many directions. But remember, God's plan for you is greater than any temporary distraction or temptation. The more deeply you connect with Him, the easier it becomes to silence the noise and stay aligned. It is about finding the courage to make difficult decisions and trusting that God's guidance will bring you to the place you are meant to be. The spiritual war you face now is a battle of focus. Every moment you choose to keep your attention on God, to stand firm in faith, is a victory. At times, it may feel like a continuous struggle, but understand this. Each step you take in staying focused pulls you closer to your breakthrough. The next phase of this test takes the form of material challenge, sudden wealth, unexpected success, and opportunities that may look like blessings, yet carry the potential to shift your priorities. This part is incredibly subtle because it examines your heart. Wealth and success can lift you up, but if they pull your heart away, they can also bring downfall. You may receive opportunities that look like God's reward, yet they will arrive with a hidden challenge. They will test your ability to remain humble, grateful, and aligned with God's will. The question is not whether blessings will come, they will. The true test is how you will respond when they do. Will material gain change your heart, or will you stay rooted in humility? To succeed in this part of the test, you must remain committed to spiritual growth and keep your priorities anchored in truth. No amount of wealth or accomplishment is worth losing your connection with God. Remember, real riches flow from your relationship with Him, not from temporary treasures of this world. Stay loyal to your calling and the material rewards will naturally follow. But those rewards must never become greater than God's will. Sudden success can be intoxicating. It can make you feel unstoppable, as if you hold everything you ever dreamed of. But this is where the test reaches its deepest level. Will you remain innocent in spirit, thankful for everything God places in your hands? Or will success lure you into forgetting where you came from? It is easy to let success shift your focus, inflate your ego, and distract you from what truly matters. But the secret to passing this test is humility and gratitude. Always remember, everything you have is a gift from God. It is never just about what you achieve. It is about how you use what you are given to fulfill His purpose. Your purity lies in keeping your intentions clean, even as success grows. It is not about collecting wealth or fame. It's about using your blessings to uplift others and honor the path God has prepared for you. Stay humble, stay grateful. Let your success stand as a declaration of God's greatness, not your own. The strongest tools you possess for passing this test are gratitude and humility. Gratitude keeps your heart open, steady, and aligned with God's will. No matter what you face, choosing to remain thankful for what you have and what God is about to bring keeps your spirit grounded. Humility is the other essential side. Success, fame, wealth, they carry a temptation that can make you forget your true source. But when you embrace humility, you acknowledge that everything you are and everything you have comes from God alone. Gratitude and humility work together. Together, they form an unshakable foundation, a spirit that stands firm no matter what storms arise. Passing this test isn't about perfection. It is about sincerity and devotion. It is choosing to stay humble, to share your blessings, and to remain tied to God's purpose. Keep your heart pure, your intentions right, and you will pass with strength and honor. During this battle, negative energies will try to slip into your heart and mind. These forces often disguise themselves as doubt, fear, resentment, whispering quietly when you least expect it. The enemy understands that if it can invade your mind, it can influence your actions. This is the very center of spiritual warfare. The key to defeating these negative energies is vigilance. Become aware of your thoughts and emotions. And when you sense negativity drawing near, respond immediately with prayer, affirmations, and faith. Fill your heart with gratitude and love. Protect your inner world. Guard your heart as the sacred space it is, and defend it from anything that threatens your peace. Remember, God has already equipped you with the strength to resist. You hold the power to decide what enters your heart and mind. When you protect yourself from these dark influences, you strengthen your bond with God and ensure nothing throws you off your divine path. This is the final step. After this spiritual war, no more tests will come. The challenges you face now are the last before you enter a season of divine favor. This war is the final purification, the last trial, preparing you for the greatness God has set aside for you. Imagine that moment, the moment you stand on the other side of this battle and step into a life overflowing with blessing, abundance, and divine alignment. Every struggle, every trial, Every moment of pain will prove worth it, because you will be ready to receive the miracles and breakthroughs that have been waiting for you. Hold on, because God's promise is certain. Once you pass this test, your journey into a life of fulfillment begins. You are closer than you realize to stepping into the divine favor and peace you've been praying for. The finish line is approaching. Hold your ground. Stay faithful. Keep moving with purpose. Temptations will rise to sidetrack you, pull you away, lure you from the path God carved for your destiny. But this is the moment your faith must stand firm and unmoved. You did not come this far for nothing. And now, more than ever before, you must stay aligned with God's will. Even when the world presents shortcuts that look so inviting, each temptation you defeat becomes a triumph. Every obstacle you pass through brings you closer to the very life God intentionally created for you. Temptations exist to examine your loyalty. They will show up in countless ways. But remember this truth: your response is your power. Walking in God's will does not remove struggle. It means trusting that His way is the right way. It means choosing Him above everything else. Even when the world waves distractions and shortcuts that seem harmless, stay loyal. Stay steady. The reward ahead is beyond what your mind can contain. The finish is in sight. Victory is approaching. With every breath, you step nearer to a life of blessings, miracles, and breakthroughs God has reserved for you. This battle, this testing season, it will soon fade, and you will step into a chapter of fulfillment and favor greater than anything you've ever dreamed of. God has witnessed your endurance, your faith, your devotion. The angels stand prepared to rejoice with you. Christ stands ready to usher you into a new realm of blessings, breakthroughs, and miracles. A spiritual storm is forming, one powerful enough to shake your inner world, test your spiritual resolve. The winds of doubt, the rain of fear, the thunder of distraction, they will gather and attempt to pull you off your path. But understand this: no storm is eternal, and the skies will clear. This spiritual storm is not meant to crush you, but to shape you for what is coming. It is an opportunity to trust God's plan. Even when the winds push against you, when the storm roars loud, your first instinct may be to hide, to shrink, to retreat. But in this very moment, God commands you to stand firm. Believe that His plan is stronger than the storm in front of you. Every storm carries purpose. Every trial is a stairway towards spiritual maturity. If you cling to God's promises, you will rise from this storm braver, wiser, and more connected to Him than ever before. Trusting God in the middle of the storm requires a level of faith you may not have tapped into yet. It requires releasing control, allowing Him to guide. You might not see the full picture right now, but know this: God is directing every step you take. Even in darkness, His light shines and reveals your path. Remember, you are never alone in this battle. God walks beside you at every turn. And when the storm passes, you will emerge victorious, knowing you endured with God at your side. This experience will deepen your faith, strengthen your confidence in His timing, and perfect the plan He set for your life. The peace that follows the storm will be sweeter, the joy richer, the bond with God stronger than ever before. Along this journey of faith, distractions will surface in many disguises. They may come as temptations to wander or obstacles that feel impossible to move. But true strength lies in perseverance, the power to remain focused and loyal no matter how loud the distractions grow. Perseverance is the doorway to divine favor. With every step you take, even the smallest one, you move closer to the blessings prepared for you. Distractions will always arise, especially right before your breakthrough. They often appear the moment you are about to elevate. But if you allow yourself to be pulled away, you'll lose the chance to grow. True power is choosing to stand rooted in faith, even when everything around you tries to drag you off path. To persevere is to trust the process, even when it's painful. It's believing that God's plan is unfolding even when you cannot see the details. Each trial you push through, every moment you pick trust over fear, becomes a step toward the abundant life God promised. God's blessings are not determined by the situation around you. They flow from faith and obedience. Scripture reminds us, "For the Lord God is a sun and shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does he withhold from those who walk uprightly. Because of this promise, your faithfulness brings change, not just outward blessings, but inward transformation. God's gifts are not only material, they are spiritual treasures that reshape every part of your life. Faithfulness brings peace, joy, and purpose. Keep staying faithful, even when the path grows rough. And remember, your breakthrough is drawing near. His blessings are coming, and they are far greater than anything you could imagine. Trust His timing. Stay on the path He laid before you. Negative.